Okay, welcome once again to Danny X-Topher based lessons. Previously, we talked about the keys. We looked at the natural notes and how to properly align them on the guitar. So coming to think about it, I felt I should do something more simple. And of course, I decided to give a twist to it. And here, I want to look at the keys on the bass guitar. And to make it simple, I had to share this into 7. So we'll be looking at that shortly. Here on the board is a pictorial representation of the 4-string guitar. This very edge could be seen as the frame of the bass. This other side, the second frame. This is the neck of the bass, and this is this place. So let's see what we have there. Okay, let's share the bass guitar into 7 keys. 7 keys, and that will be key A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and G. Now, the bass guitar has 7 keys. That's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now, these keys, I also shared them into 2. That is flat keys and sharp keys. Flat keys and sharp keys. The flat keys are all these things, all these keys. So you have key A flat, B flat, C flat, D flat, E flat, F flat, and G flat. But when it comes to sharp, which is represented with this sign, when it comes to sharp, we'll be looking at A sharp. We don't have B, so we'll skip it. C sharp, D sharp. We don't have E, so we'll go over to F sharp, and then G sharp. So if you look at this, you'll discover that here you have all these keys in the flats. Key A flat, B flat, C flat, D flat, E flat, F flat, G flat. But when you come over to the sharp, you discover you only have A sharp, no B sharp. So next is C sharp, D sharp, no E. Next is F sharp, and next is G sharp. So with this, you will discover that B and E, they are not in the sharp. So let's see how we can put them here. Let's see how we can arrange these in the bass guitar. Okay, remember in our last lesson we said that in a 4-string guitar, this is the E string, the second one is the A string, the 3rd string is the D string, and this is the G string. Now let's put this in this place. Remember in our last lesson we said these compartments are called frets. So let's align this here. This should be F sharp. After F, the next thing you count is G. Do we have G flat? Yes. G flat. Do you have G sharp? Yes. G sharp. If you get to G, you're going to start all over again from A. Do you have A flat? Yes. This is A flat. The next, do we have A sharp? Yes. Then the next should be B. We have B flat, but we don't have B sharp here. So we'll go over to the next C flat. We have C sharp. We have D flat. We have D sharp. We have E flat, but we don't have E sharp. So we'll go over to F. So this place should be F. If you continue this, that means the next should be F sharp. Now going over to the next string, we have A already. That is A flat, A sharp next. We have B flat. There is no sharp. So we'll go over to C flat, then C sharp. D flat, D sharp. E flat. There is no E sharp. So we'll go over to F flat, then F sharp. G flat, G sharp. Then the next should be A all over again, A flat, then A sharp. If you continue this, that means this should be B flat. Now going over to the third string, the D string. D, that's D flat, the next should be D sharp. Then E, there is no sharp, so go over to F, F sharp. G, G sharp. If you get to G, you start afresh again. A flat, A sharp. B flat, there is no sharp. We'll go over to C, C sharp. D flat, D sharp. E flat, there is no sharp. It continues that way. Okay, over to the next string, that's the G string. You see G flat. After G flat, the next should be G sharp. Remember, you count flat, then you count sharp. You count flat, you count sharp. If you count a flat and there is no sharp, you go over to the next flat and then pick the next sharp. So the G flat, next is G sharp. This is G flat, G sharp. Then you start all over again. A flat. Next should be A sharp. B flat. There is no sharp, so we'll go over to the next flats. C flat, C sharp. D flat, D sharp. E flat, there is no sharp. We'll go over to the next flat, that's F flat, F sharp. G flat, G sharp. Continue with A flat, then it continues that way. So if you look at what we have on the board, you see that we've been able to represent all the keys on the guitar. Now the next thing is we'll talk about the solfa notations. Remember, if you must be a good bass guitar player, you must know the keys and also make use of the notes. So I would like to bring that out in what I termed the solfa notations. Okay, the next thing is the solfa notations. This is what we shall be doing this bass lesson with, solfa notations. Subsequent times we shall be using this to play the bass guitar or to learn how to play the bass guitar. So here is just a section of what we have here. I just had to pull this off from somewhere. Let's assume that on A string we are playing on key C. That's, let's say this is the key. This is the key C here. Now the solfa notations we have are do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, then do. This is what we shall be using in our subsequent lessons. Now, these solfa notations, they appear in in steps. You can see it as progression. It increases arithmetically. So the pitch with which you pronounce this wouldn't be the same for this. So you see it as do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. If you watch the pitch, you discover there is a shift. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So it keeps increasing in pitch. With this, we shall be playing the bass guitar. Though there are some other ones that will come into play from time to time. We begin to see things like do, me, and the rest of them. But let's make do with this for now. So on key C, which is this key, on key C, which is this place, that very position where you have your key is where you position your do, and that is this place. Now the re, you leave a space, like you're going towards this side. You leave a space, and here is your re. Your mi should be one step backward. Then your re should be, your fa should be under do. The sol should be under re. The la should be under mi. Then your ti should be here. Then your do should be here. So with this, we'll play the bass guitar. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. In our subsequent lessons, we'll find out what we have here, and the rest of them. But let's make do with this, and with this, we shall be playing more and more and more and more